Okay, let's see if this is working. Weird. All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I have about a half-hour window now, and I just didn't really like that we left the last session with an error, and the whole thing was just like crashing. So I want to see if I can fix, or at least like partially fix that error handling in this like half-hour window. So let's go for it. All right. Vim. New version. Yeah. Let's update that. In the meantime, I want to bring up the browser because I know from like the last session I'm just like constantly looking stuff up in the Rust docs. So what are the docs called? Whatever. Rust docs. Doc.rustlang. That makes sense. No, that's not it. Alright, whatever. Okay. Alright, so I have this other window open. So if I run a cargo build on the demo thing, it's going to do something. I should just mention, like, I'm not at the office or at home right now, so this location is a little funny. The mic settings are going to be different, but hopefully it's all working. Okay, could not compile. Why couldn't compile? Okay, because we have an error in shader.rs. Okay, so it's shader.rs. Yeah, okay. All right. I don't really remember where we were, but I see I left myself a note when I was half asleep. Think about this chain being option versus result. Okay, I've just thought about it. All right, taking a step back, like looking at this, we want to call this function from the outside. And I think this is the right signature. Like we want to give it a GL context. Actually, you know what? No, we don't want to own the GL context. We want to give it like a reference. We want to borrow a GL context, and these string slices are like references also. And we want to get back. We want to get back the owned GL program because it's like generated in here, and we want to pass that back, and or an error message. Okay, so I think this, like, we don't want to mess with this signature. Now we want to make everything like fit that. Okay, so gl.create program. All right, that's where we're gonna have to start looking stuff up because I don't remember what that is. Create. Oh wait, that's not going to be in here. That's going to be in the WebSys docs. WebSys creates. Create program. So I just want to make sure this is working. Because I'm working off the laptop, I don't have the other window with the broadcast. So I just tried opening it on the phone. Okay, that's cool. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Probably gonna get some weird feedback thing now. Oh shit. That was not smart. Some weird feedback thing now. Oh shit. That was not smart. Some weird feedback thing now. Oh shit. No, stop. Okay. Yeah. Let me go back. What I really just want is like the chat window. So that I could see if anyone's jumped on and wants to chat. So that I could see if no, pause. Okay, cool. Alright, we're good. Yeah, so not create program, really what we want is WebSys. So WebSys. Happy documentation, right? All right, now from here we want create. Should have create program. Why isn't it finding that? Is it just like we need the GL context thing? GL rendering context. Rendering. Okay. And now I guess on this page we want create program. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's giving us back an option. Right. We don't want an option. We want a result. And I guess that's what I was thinking there, is okay or is going to give us a result, right? So that's where we can go back to the Rust docs and go to the option type. So it's like starting to get a little repetitive that I'm like doing these lookups over and over again, but it will sink in eventually. And honestly, I'd rather like go through that thought process of, you know, what is it and why am I calling this function, rather than just looking at it and saying, oh yeah, you know, it works. I want to like get the intuition for it, especially things like these functions on option and result, because that's going to just, you know, it's going to come up over and over again, because these are like the way that you deal with errors and things in Rust. So yeah, so it's worth looking up until I like really know it. Okay, so we're looking for the okay or. Transforms option t into a result te, mapping sum v to okay v and none to error. Okay, so if we have if we have a sum, like if we have some value in the option, then it's going to become an okay, or in like, let's say other, if we were thinking of the result as an either, it would be like the right. And if it's a none, then we map that to a left with this applied error message. Cool, that's exactly what we want. What is weird is like this, we're using this like variable shadowing. I don't know what, like in terms of like a style guide, like what the general approach is. Because like I have seen from the little bit of Rust I've looked at so far that this shadowing idea is used a lot, but like when it's changing types like this, you know, throughout like a bunch of times, not just once. It's not just like converting a string to an integer. It's like converting a, you know, an option to a result and back and forth. I don't know. But all right, but I'm gonna leave it for now. So right here, it's actually a result because we've converted it. Okay, now program and then is like our bind. So we're taking ownership of that. Is that what we want? Yeah, because then we're going to pass it back in the compile source. What is compile source is a function that I wrote. Okay, cool. So this isn't returning a program. What? Okay, I think I like left a lot of stuff undone here. All right. So let's look at the signature. I think it's a good way to think about it. So we want compile source. We want to give it a reference to a context. I think a reference to the program. Like there's no reason to pass ownership. And the string slice. Yeah. Okay. To the source of the shader, and the source type, which is basically telling it, not basically, it's just telling it if it's a vertex or a fragment shader. And we want to get back, I see what I was thinking there. There's no reason to get back anything other than the error if there is one. But this is kind of weird because now we're representing like some is our error and none is our not error. I don't really like that. So you know what? Let's change this to result, and we will pass ownership of the WebGL program as we compile it. So it's going to be a WebGL program if we're happy. And, oh, but then it's going to like just drop it if we don't return it, right? Fine. So let's keep it as a reference. And then if we have an error, then it's a, well, for right now, well, yeah, let's just say it's a string slice. Okay. Why isn't Rust happy with this? Contains a borrowed value, but the signature does not say whether it's borrowed from GL, program, or source. Right, yeah, of course. All right, this is where I'm confused about lifetimes, and it'll get easier as we go along. For right now, I'm just going to call it a static, and we'll use static strings for now. We will have to change that once we get the error out of one of these functions. What's its problem now? Expected lifetime. This function string contains a borrowed value. What? That's not. This is borrowed from GL programmer source. I mean, obviously this is wrong. I just want to see if it'll like temporarily fix it. No. Oh yeah, it does. what? Okay, so I think what we have to do, this is me like learning about lifetimes in Rust and just kind of guessing here, I guess, is we want to give it a lifetime generic, and the program is going to have that. Let's see if that works. Okay. I don't get why that works though, because like if we're returning a WebGL program, the only WebGL program that we got was this one, so it's gonna have to be that same lifetime. Unless, oh, I don't know. Like on one foot, I'm thinking maybe Rust is trying to think that we would like maybe be generating a new one based, I don't know, whatever. I think this will become more intuitive, like just the more Rust code, right? Okay, so now what's our error here? Right, we got a, yeah, of course. Okay, this I think just like wasn't working before. I'm gonna just return, okay, program. And we'll deal with errors elsewhere. All right. Expected result found option. No, that's not true. Oh, yes it is. Error. Yeah, all right. Good, all right, cool. So now, so we got back, wait, program and then, right, MP. Compile source, return back a reference. Okay, so what's its problem? Found let. Oh. Type mismatch in arguments. Expected signature. What? Why? What? Second. This should be result canvas. What's oh? All right. So I mean, I guess that is right. So what's our error? I think like we're not getting enough error messages here. Let's look at it in the console. Okay. Found signature of expected signature of oh, what? Wait. Yeah. Create program is giving us back. Okay, proper WebGL program, fine. We're then putting that into our. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Is this because like here it's a reference and up there it's not? Yes. Okay. Cool. So now we've compiled our source again. Right. We got a little bit of this dude. Okay, this is hilarious. Totally, totally random tangent. Let's see if I can in the frame it up. So, you know, it's the weekend and everything, so I figured relax a little bit and, you know, got some vodka. So this little bottle of vodka, but it turns out that it's evidently, that's actually a little frightening. I didn't even look at the date. So it has plastered on it. It was evidently from someone's like wedding, sold, but it like sold at the local store, and save the date for 2015. Does vodka go bad? Let's find out. Tastes good. Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't taste good, but it feels good. All right, if video games taught us anything, that just gave me superpowers, and now we're going to solve all these problems. That sounded like a really like alcoholic kind of thing to say. But all right, okay, moving on. All right, so now we have this program here is a, I don't like that we're giving like this different signature here. I'm wondering, like, can we borrow it as a reference? No, why can't we? Expected signature. So what I really want is like a, well, oh, no. I was thinking that maybe we could somehow get this as a borrow. Like, does that even make sense? Equals like and program? I don't think we could do that. That doesn't help us anyway. Okay. Though from another perspective, I kind of think about it like taking a step back, is that at the end we want to return it as an owned, as an owned object, an owned thing. We don't want to return a borrow. So, okay, we're starting out with it owned, passing it around as a reference. I don't know. All right, let's just solve this. All right, so here we have it again, same situation. So again, I think we actually want to borrow it as a, take a borrowed reference. Okay, so now we have it. We do stuff with it. I think that's okay. So at this point, okay, so, all right. So now, now we want to like get the, how do you convert like a borrowed reference to an owned one? To owned. Okay, that's interesting. But let's first see like some discussion about it. All right. Clone. No, we don't want to clone it. All right, we're doing something funky here. I mean, yeah, we can't return it as a reference because then it's going to get dropped at the end here. We have to return it as a bar, as an owned value. So maybe what we need to do is keep it owned throughout this whole pipeline. Oh wait, one second. Here, okay, I think this is kind of just an issue with this whole like shadowing thing. Because like once we've passed it in as an owned value, how are we getting it back as a reference without it being dropped actually? That's a little bit confusing. Like shouldn't it be dropped here? Like we like in the closure now we have it as an owned value. And then we do something with it as a reference. And we might be returning an error which means that program goes out of scope, which means it's being dropped. So I think what we really want to do is let's do like this. Let program ref equals program. Okay. Ref. It's going to be an and then okay, why isn't this expected signature? No, why? Why? Program ref is totally a borrowed reference. No, let's like try giving it a type signature. GL program. Yeah, alright, so what's expected? What? Oh. Yeah, alright, fine. Result. I just want to like try and get the compiler to help us out a little bit here. Okay, expected result found. Okay, expected found. Oh, right. Okay. Do we just map it and get back a reference? Is that? This feels weird though. All right, whatever. Yeah. Okay. That compiled. Cool. Oh, and even this one compiled. Nice. Okay. So it's just like, let's keep that throughout this whole pipeline. And then at the end, if we're still good, I think what we want to do is program ref dot and then and actually we don't care about if it's good. What we really want to do is just return the original program. I think we need to move it. Oh, that might have been like part of what was messing me up before. It was like we needed to move the program on the inside, but okay. Closure is expected to take, fine. What's its problem? Program has type which is not implemented. Yeah, okay, we want it to move. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of all this like repetition. Just like start to help things like feel better. Okay. Oh. Okay, I know I could do this better. Okay. Right. Okay. course, here it's not borrowed. So you know what? Let's just keep passing it back and forget about this whole idea of like borrowing the reference. This would be good to like go look at. But you know what? No, but I don't really like it. Like, or do I? Yeah, I guess I do actually, because in the end, that's what we want to do anyway. Is like pass back a result with the actual owned program in it, not the reference. So let's just keep it like that throughout. Okay. All right. So why is this giving me a hard time? Okay, expected program found. Right. We want to pass it. Oh shoot! But aren't we gonna hit that same problem before of we've like passed it in? Oh, fuck. Yeah, I didn't think that through. Because the result might return an error. So no, we don't want to do what I was just thinking. Yeah, this is what we want. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is. It'd be nice to, I mean, like, if a closure could let you borrow it, like, as a reference. Like, why won't it let me do that? That kind of sucks. All right. So, like, for example, something like this might actually work. Map. P2 WebGL program. And P2. Oh, right. No, but I mean, that shouldn't. Okay, cannot return value referencing function parameter P. Returns value referencing data owned by the current function. Right. I gotta get going soon. All right, P is borrowed here. Referencing data owned by the current function. Value program. I feel like I'm like just kind of like trying stuff out randomly rather than like really thinking it through. So, or you know what? Maybe it's worth like just taking a glance at some of the source code that let's see, and WebGL program. Sure. Oops. Okay, let's go take a look at the source code for this. See how they do it. See how the pros do it. Holy shit. What? Alright, maybe it just needs a one load. Maybe it needs a long while to load. I'm going to come back to that. Alright, okay, wait, here I have my own value. And then we map over it, which we have to do because we can't do like any of these operations unless we want to wrap it all with these like maps or whatever and thens. And just to think, why can't we return the references? Okay, wait. All right. We can't. Oh, of course we can't. We can't return a reference because we're getting like we. Okay, so at this point, all right. Let's just like write this out. Okay, here we own P. Okay, pass a reference to P. Okay, now after here, if we've left, then we're gonna drop P. We don't want to do that. We have to pass it back as an owned value. That's like kind of the whole point, right? We've taken ownership. So either we need to get it as a reference here, it's kind of like what I was thinking before though. Like I want this whole pipeline to be working with references. So okay, let's see if we can do that. Okay. Alright, so what we really want is the program ref equals, I don't know if this is going to be possible because once we map, like if, let's say we do program dot map p, this has to be a WebGL program, an owned value, and then if we pass back a reference to it, we have the same exact problem. It's going to be the same problem. In fact, I want to get an error on this. I want to know that like here it's dropped, that P is dropped at this point. Yeah, like all these should be good. Yes, great. Cannot return reference to function P because it's owned by the current function. That's the error we want to deal with. Alright, I gotta get going. This, alright, so okay, all of this is, you know, conceptually probably good. Truthfully, this should all be fine. What we want to do at the end, no, this actually, yeah, this was right. What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this one? Program. Yeah, I mean, oh, and then, right, we don't want to and then it, we want to map it. Expected. Oh. Right, no, so we did want to end then. Like this part shouldn't have an error, right? Use of move value program. Like for right now, program, I'm just gonna add a comment that really this should be wrapped in program ref dot and then. Okay, this shouldn't be an error anymore. Hey, why is this an error? What? I mean, if we like, oh, is it because of the, like, I think maybe this is actually causing that. That's funny. Okay. Right, I mean, just to be sure. Well, no, never mind. Okay, I'm not going to be able to come back to it for another day or so, but maybe I should like write this up on the Rust forum. Okay. Let me try and make a quick example first. Alright, so what we have is, alright, let's just, we have foo equals, whatever, some string from foo, right? And then let foo ref equals foo dot map. Yeah, I think that's the issue. As yeah, right, that's pretty much our error. Okay. Let's say option T option Oh, actually, do I care if it's dropped? maybe my whole assumption here that like I needed to pass a reference in was wrong. Because in the case of where we do get an error back, we actually do want to drop program. So I mean, I really do have to finish in just a minute, but just out of curiosity, let's like quickly just like try something. Result is going to be program. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that would be really nice, actually. Now we could, like really go to town on this and just do it like in one big pipeline. I like that. P. Alright, we're just gonna keep passing it. We're just pass ownership through this whole pipeline. That's actually really nice if this works. But I don't think it will because result. Alright, let's see. You can just return this whole thing as one big expression. That is awesome. If that's... This is like the second time that happened, right? I feel like this is going to be a common theme in Rust of like, you know you got it right when it can all just be one big expression. But of course it's not working. Why not? Oh. Whoa. Alright. That's cool. That's not. Oh, because in the demo. Yeah, right, we just want to pass the reference to the context. Cool. Alright, with like 1 minute to spare, I really have to go, but this is good stuff. Wow, alright. So exciting. Whoa, no. Okay, cool. All right, I gotta go. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.